From Comedy Central's World News headquarters in New York, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah presents Ladies' Night.
The highlight of the night was obviously Oprah Winfrey. Right? She won a Lifetime Achievement Award, and her speech was one that made many people feel like maybe Oprah wasn't done achieving things just yet.
It is not lost on me that at this moment, there are some little girls watching as I become the first Black woman to be given the same award. For too long, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth to the power of those men. But their time is up. A new day is on the horizon when nobody ever has to say, "Me too," again. Thank you.
Yes, we can! Am I the only one who had that feeling? No? Yeah, it feels like this is Oprah 2020. Come on. I will say, I can see how Oprah seems like the perfect opponent for Donald Trump. I mean, she's everything that he's not. She's Black, she's a woman, she likes to read. They're the complete opposite. Like, I bet if we looked into it, we'd find out that Donald Trump once repossessed 100 people's cars. I get a car, I get a car, I get a car. Ladies, look under your skirts, it's me. This weekend, while the Senate was shutting down the government, the people were shutting down the streets, with the second year of the Women's March taking place in cities around the world. For more on this, we turn to Desi Leidick and Dulce Sloan.
It was the one-year anniversary of the Women's March, and you know Donald Trump was pissed off because it's the two things he hates most: feminism and exercise.
Women across the country took to the streets today, as they did a year ago, to demand equality, justice, and social and political change. The marches took place from coast to coast.
There are over 250 marches planned around the world this weekend.
Seattle, San Francisco, Miami, Phoenix, Washington, New York, Philadelphia, Cincinnati, Chicago, Denver, Los Angeles, San Francisco. It goes on and on and on.
It is through human dedication and effort that we move forward.
That's right. Women be marching.
Women be marching. Sorry, I was on the 1 and the 3.
I know. You always are. But what do you say? Best and worst things about the march?
For me, I feel like the best thing was just seeing hundreds of thousands of women marching all over the world.
But the worst thing, did you see the line for the bathroom? It looked like they were selling iPhone 11s in there.
I couldn't find my pussy hat from last year, so I just put on a pair of pink underwear upside down, which is actually more accurate.
You know what really made me proud? Oh, you remember last year some people were talking about, but what exactly are you marching for? What are you trying to accomplish? Well, this year, women said, here's what we're doing. We're grabbing men by the ballots.
Organizers have dubbed it Power to the Polls.
It's a push to get women to register to vote and to run for office in November's midterm elections.
We're really encouraging people to go vote in November of 2018.
Kelly Fowler marched in last year's rally and was so inspired, she decided to run for state office in Virginia and won.
Last year, I marched. Then I ran. Then I won.
Hey! That's right. Women are running for office, and now we can sexually harass our interns and cover it up for decades. Woo! Equality.
Equality!
My guest tonight is an actor who plays Zoe on Grownish. Please welcome Yasha Headey. You're also engaged in politics in a way that most young people aren't. As you said, you are turning 18, and because of that, you are really excited to become a part of the voting process, which is not normal for most young people. Do you think that's a sign of the times we're living in?
Yes. I mean, it's always been who I am. I've always been excited to vote. And like when I was 4, I had asked my grandfather if he'd be my roommate in college because I was already looking forward to being
when you were
in college.
4?
Yes. I've always been one to plan ahead.
Yeah, that's way ahead.
And so I mean, I think being 18, it's like, okay, cool, I'm an adult and everything, but I can finally vote. And I think what's really exciting is that I will be able to vote during midterms, and midterms determines how we redistrict. And being able to vote while we figure out how we are redistricting means that in 2020, we're gonna have a few things figured out, hopefully.
Do you think enough young people will come out and vote? I know you have an initiative that you're trying to inspire young people to come out.
Yeah, so it is called 18 by 18 for obvious reasons, but I think a really big part of what this election proved is just how young people vote. And also with everything happening in Virginia and Alabama, we see that people are not only willing to vote for first-time candidates, but there are first-time voters finally coming out.
Right.
And a lot of the issue that I personally see with how we educate this generation is as though we don't have to have a political opinion until it's time to vote. And so we inherit this system that we have no idea about, and we have no clue how it properly functions. And so we theoretically vote based on ideology with no backup for why we support certain ideologies, and really no correlation between how our passions translate into policy change.
Right.
And so to be able to create a platform in which it can easily spell that out, and for us to be able to truly take control of this political system, I feel like is really important.
This past weekend was the Miss America pageant. And here to give us her thoughts is Michelle Wolf, everybody.
Thank you, Trevor. You know, I don't know if you know this about me, but I love pageants. You know, I actually wanted to get into pageants, but then I realized getting into Miss America is super hard. There's like tons of qualifications. Look at all those rules. I would never qualify. I broke like 3 of those rules today. Besides, I don't really have tiara hair. I would get lost. You know, I realized it's actually easier to become president than it is become Miss America. Because, you know what the qualifications are for president? 35 and born here. That's the search terms of a sad lady on a Match.com profile. My type? Well, at this point, I'll settle for 35 and born here. Or I don't know, not dead. I'm flexible.
Wow, I honestly had no idea there were so many qualifications to be Miss America.
Oh, no, not to be Miss America. That's just how you get into the competition. Once you're in the door, you still have to do all this crap.
Miss New Jersey, Caitlin Schofield.
All right. Couple things. Yodeling ventriloquism? Wow, us women keep finding more creative ways to die alone. Also, what did you do to my brother? Turn him back into a real boy! You know, I know people think pageants are sexist, and they are. But they also take time at the end of the competition to ask the contestants really hard questions.
Last month, a demonstration of neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and the KKK in Charlottesville, Virginia, turned violent and a counter-protester was killed. The president said there was shared blame with, quote, very fine people on both sides. Were there? Tell me yes or no and explain.
I think that the white supremacist issue, it was very obvious that it was a terrorist attack. And I think that President Donald Trump should have made a statement earlier addressing the fact and making sure all Americans feel safe in this country. That is the #1 issue right now.
How crazy is that? It took the president 4 days and 3 tries to give a answer to that question. And Miss Texas nailed it in 20 seconds. Faith America has in its women. They have to be prettier, more talented, and smarter than the president just to get the job of waving for a year. She's gonna be stuck in a parade like, glad I solved that Nazi problem. They won't even let me drive. Here's my suggestion. Let's switch the president with anyone from Miss America. I'd even take that weird ventriloquist lady as president. Because right now, all we have is the dummy.
Michelle Wolf, everybody. You've been on a journey that has been one that I think you've shared with many people in America, and that has been the journey of a curvy woman trying to find her place in, not just in modeling and in fashion, but in society.
In the world, yeah. I have been told I'm not good enough because of my thunder thighs. I've been told I wasn't going to get covers of magazines because I was too curvy, too loud, too tall, too outspoken. So many different things about me that weren't good enough. And the more I persevered and the more that I said, oh, really? Well, I'm gonna keep working hard because that's the kind of family that I come from. I don't take no for an answer, and I finish what I started. Then you can have whatever you want as long as you know that your dreams are attainable.
You had to work hard against an industry that in many ways told you you didn't belong. How does modeling deal with that paradox? Because it feels like it's like modeling goes like, this is what modeling is.
Right.
And now there are new voices coming forward saying, no, this is not what modeling should be about.
I hit really low times in my life where I thought I wasn't good enough. I was in a terrible relationship where my boyfriend chased me around the kitchen with a butcher knife, and I still stayed with him because my confidence was so low. And it's in those moments that I share with the reader and I let them know, I was just like you. I hated who I was, but you can have whatever you want. And I had to explain that to the people in the modeling industry. And I think explaining myself, telling my truth, and really truly who I am is what got me to where I am today. Because now people want to hear from models. We're not just silent, pretty little girls anymore. We're big, bold women who have something to say.
When I heard that we were going to do a year-end special, I was like, we have to do a song.
Oh, like when I said that, hey, Desi, we should do a year-end song. You were like, good idea, Dulce.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew that it had to be about women because this has been such an incredible year for women.
It was terrible. This year has been terrible for women.
It was a no-brainer to get on board with this project. I wanted to be part of the solution, not the problem. Men been creepy a long-ass time, and I want to be here to support women like the underwire of a bra and just lift them. Oh, my God, I'm doing it, too. Hey, you gonna cut that, right? Please, just cut that, please. Y'all got me a hit, right?
Yes.
You ready?
Oh, it's so good.
Is it good?
Oh, it's so great. Good.
It's so amazing. It's so good.
I've been writing some
what
lyrics
you've been
here.
doing,
Once you
Once
you see what I got, though. That
Just you.
That we've been working together.
Just her.
Wait, do you see my lyrics, Roy?
Oh, my God, Dulce. Incredible voice. Just a talent. I haven't heard anybody this natural since back when I discovered Luther Vandross. You see on that piano? She learned that today. Self-taught. That's Prince level. We should be honored to be in the presence of musical genius like this. In our lifetime, a vocalist like this will never...
Bragging about me again. You know, I think the key is treating your voice like it's an instrument, like any other instrument. A guitar, an electric guitar, a piccolo. Hold on. I've been singing my whole life, from the time I was a little kid. And Dulce has been singing for...
Mine just started today.
Well, lucky for you, I am a professional, so I will get you up to speed. But bigger.
This is gonna be a powerful song for women.
And black women. Yeah, that's good. No, that's good, that's good. You just, but a little more like, You always end with, Is that good?
Yeah, that was great. All right, you ladies ready to lay it down?
You ready? And here it is, the world premiere of Song for Women 2017.
This is for you, ladies.
"2017. Started this year marching hand in hand to show that pussy grabber with the terrible tan.
But everywhere I looked, a lady resists.
resisted, tried to stop Lizzie.
Yes, she persisted.
All around the world we've come so far. Saudi women sitting at the wheel of a vehicle.
PM Chancellor, all we've reached. South Korean women even getting impeached. What a year for women. It's why we're singing. Finally see us winning. What a year for women.
Wonder Woman set records at the movies. Who knew you could direct when you have boobies?
On the charts, Cardi B spin the fire. Beyonce had twins, that's double Messiah.
Megyn Kelly went to NBC from Fox.
17 million for a show that sucks.
Women all over taking care of each other and showing some love to our sisters of color. I can say that, right?
Nope. What a year for women. It's why we're singing. Finally see us winning in this year of women.
The old Harvey Weinstein can't come to the phone right now. Why? Because
This is the year we all stood strong. No one wants to see your nasty ass dong.
a back off all you producers and actors end up in the trash like the O'Reilly factor.
Cause when you look at the patriarchy.
Hold up. DJ Mansplain is here. I'm gonna tell y'all what really happened this year. Men are from Mars, women, they're from Venus. Nobody likes a surprise penis, but maybe you asked for it. It's kind of on you. We men are dumb. We can't control what we do. Too many men this year acting like stalkers. It makes me so sad. I got a daughter, and that's all the time I got to mansplain. Time for the hook. Yo, ladies, hit that refrain.
No.
We're not doing that.
Mm-mm.
Get the out of here.
Out.
Damn, man. Trying to help, you know?
Yo, Hillary Clinton, take us home.
What a year for women. It's why we're singing, keeping it feminine. With this mess we've been in, our lady dicks are swinging. Sick of all this winning. It's the sound we're bringing. What a year for
Last night, the state of Alabama elected a Democratic senator for the first time since 1992. And this happened for a few reasons. Ideological divisions within the Republican Party, suburban moderates turned off by President Trump. And apparently some people don't like accused kitty touchers also. But there was one really huge factor that you can't ignore.
Doug Jones was able to pull off this stunning upset with the help of a special coalition of voters in Alabama, African Americans.
The biggest factor was huge African American turnout.
For more on Alabama's election, we turn now to our very own Dulce Sloan, everybody. So, Dulce, big turnout last night by black people.
Not just black people, black women. Did you know 50% more black women voted yesterday than black men? In fact, 98% of black women voted against Roy Moore. 98%. The only thing 98% of black women agree on is no Roy Moore, Idris Elba is fine as hell, and do not get our hair wet. So this happened because of us, black women.
Wow. You say us, but did you vote in Alabama?
No, I didn't. But do you have another black woman on this show you can thank? So on behalf of all black women, I'm taking a victory lap, you know, but these titties don't run.
And you know what, Dulce, people are saying thank you to black women. You know, online, you saw it. It must be nice to see black women's contributions finally recognized.
Yes! Yes, it is! We've been through so much. And you're welcome, white people, you're welcome. But let's be honest, we didn't do it for you. We did it for ourselves. No black woman cast her vote going, this one's for Scott. Scott. So if you really want to thank us, how about y'all change the laws to make it easier for us to vote? Or sing our praises by giving us raises? Or at the very least, cancel winter. You know only white people like snow.
Those are fair points, Dulce. So, you know what, let's move on and analyze last night's election.
No. Black women don't have time to analyze. We got to get more done. Fix net neutrality, health care, and binge watch Empire. I'm out!
Dulce Sloan, everybody.